there's a proper way to take care of your cigar, and that is using a humidor and aging it properly.
Yep, definitely. So, there's many kinds of humidors out there, right? You have we're going to get into the travel humidors in a little bit, but you have your desktop humidors, can hold up to 150, 200 cigars. You have your electric humidors, you have your cabinet humidors, and just literally everything in between.
And if you're real fancy, a walk-in humidor, but we're not that at that
Yeah,
not at that level yet.
A big boy level.
Yeah. And most of the time, how you care for your cigars depends on the size that you have. So with technology, which is cool, the electronic humidors, they actually control the humidity and the temperature, which is both are very important. Being here in Texas, gets up to 100 degrees out there, hotter some other places. You don't want to keep them out at 75, 80-degree temperatures, because that helps, that promotes growth of mold.
Mm-hmm.
And these things are plants, and unfortunately sometimes those plants have little bugs in them, and they won't grow if you have them in the right humidity and the right temperature. And it's not a bad thing. Like I said, every plant has them. One or two is going to escape, just like the imperfect cigars. So my preference, I like keeping my more higher end cigars at um, like a 65 humidity. And these little packets, they take all the guesswork out. So if you're new into the game, get a couple Bovita packs, put them in your humidors. One size like that will cover about 25 cigars. And then you have up to a bigger pack, which is...
And it has the percentages on them, too.
A bigger pack. This will cover about 100 cigars.
For how long?
Go ahead.
How long does one pack last typically?
So it depends. If you're just using one, it's going to last you about 3 months. I usually keep multiple in my humidors, and they last. I have some that's been lasting for about 6 months, but they feed off each other. So one's releasing humidity, the other one's absorbing it. So it's kind of like a back and forth type thing. Yeah.
I've also heard.
Yeah, go ahead.
I also heard some people saying that you can restore them by dipping them in water or soaking them in water, whatever. And
so they say don't do that, but if you're really looking to, it's a budget-friendly thing, you can just get either like a Tupperware. Make sure it's clean, obviously. Get some distilled water, like a little Tupperware distilled water, put it in there, and leave the dried out packs in there, and it'll start absorbing that moisture, and it'll get back up to where it was. Now, they might not function, or they might not last as long. You're eventually going to have to replace them, but they do help out if you're in a pinch.
Expensive, yeah.
And there's other ways to do it too. There's electronic ones that take foam inside of it, or beads, just a little bit of distilled water, and they last 3 or 4 months. And that's the only thing you need to do. And most of them will connect to your phone, and any little issue you have, it'll pop up, and you can just go fix it right then and there.
So we need to get our GoFundMe together. So if anyone wants to help me purchase a electronic humidor so I can keep my cigars at the right temperature and at the right humidity. You don't want me smoking moldy cigars, do you? I mean, these things are expensive. I'm not throwing them away. We're gonna work around that mold. I haven't heard, maybe you have, but so far I have never heard of anyone getting sick from smoking or some cigar related bug or something.
Yeah. No, it's not really.
I think the only thing I've heard is if you're like a new smoker and you take in this too much smoke.
Oh yeah, that should have been number one. Good question. Number one tip. I'm telling you, this is not a cigarette. This is not marijuana. Do not, under no circumstances, swallow the smoke of a cigar. That is the quickest way to end your enjoyment in what is it? I wouldn't call it a cigar career, but out of the cigar lifestyle.
Yeah.
Smoke. You do not inhale that smoke at all. You take a puff and release. You might now. Sometimes I may hold the smoke in my mouth to get the taste and the flavors, but then you blow it out, out, not in. Yeah. You'll know if you get some of that smoke down your throat when it make you very, very sick. especially
Hmm.
with alcohol. Don't do that. That's the
Yeah.
number one tip there. So we ended. So now we have made it to how you buy the cigar, how to cut the cigar, how to care for the cigar,